Some people can't even look at a belly button without getting freaked out. And also, some people can't touch other people's belly buttons and certainly don't like other people touching their belly button without getting freaked out and kind of skeeved out. In addition, some people are like, this is such a problem for some people that they really have a hard time even thinking about belly buttons. They may have a hard time seeing the imagery on movie screens and things like that. And this may translate to other parts of life, like the idea of literally getting a belly button piercing or even cleaning out their belly button may be a problem because of this fear of belly buttons. This is a real thing, guys. It's called omphalophobia. It's a fear of belly buttons. And if first of all, if you were someone that was kind of skeeved out, like freaked out by belly buttons, you're like, I don't know why I'm so like about belly buttons, but I am. First of all, let me tell you, you are not alone. I learned about this. I have videos on how to clean your belly button, what can happen if you don't clean your belly button. By the way, let me know if you want those videos. I'll put them in the comments, in the description. But I noticed a lot of people commenting and saying things like, oh my gosh, I can't even touch my belly button. I can't even look at belly buttons. I hate it when people touch my belly button. So it prompted me to do this video on omphalophobia, which is the fear of belly buttons. So first thing is, if you are freaked out by belly buttons, you're not alone. You might actually have some version or form of omphalophobia, of fear of belly buttons. Now, keep in mind that there's fears of a lot of things in life, right? Fear of flying, fear of public speaking, fear of doctors, right? Fear of belly buttons. This can range for different people. Some people have just a mild uncomfortability with belly buttons. Some people, it's so severe they can't even think about them. But you might be saying, okay, well, this is interesting and this is a big deal for many people. First of all, write in the comments if this is you. But let me talk about some of the relevance to your health about omphalophobia or a phobia of belly buttons. First of all, oh, by the way, let me tell you a little fun fact because a lot of people have asked me this. And I've got other videos on, why we are innies versus outies. I've got other videos on belly buttons, so just check those out. But about innies versus outies, did you know that 90% of the population have innie belly buttons and only 10% of the population have outies? Yeah, a little fun fact for you. I've got other videos on why that is, etc. But anyway, back to the story. The relevance to our health, and there is a relevance, and it goes beyond just the relevance of a phobia, which is sort of a form of anxiety and anxiety disorder, a part of an anxiety disorder, right? We know that anxiety can be really tough. If you have a phobia about something, it really may be impacting your life in a negative way. That always matters for your health, and it's always something I want you to evaluate. And I'll talk to you about ways that people can deal with this phobia of belly buttons if you have this. But the other aspect has to do with a lot of the other videos I've made on cleaning your belly button, what can happen if you don't clean your belly button. The thing about it, guys, is our belly buttons, especially the innies, they contain lots of bacteria, lots of microbes, lots of things. And for the most part, it's not a big deal, but it is important to keep your belly button clean because if you don't, you can actually develop what we call navel stones, belly button stones. It's sort of like these sort of hardened material filled with debris, dead skin cells, all sorts of stuff. You can actually develop an infection. There can be yeast infections. There can be other things that can happen. So you really do want to clean your belly button, and I've talked about how to properly clean it. The thing about it, if somebody has a fear of belly buttons, a phobia, if this is you, you may not want to touch your belly button. In fact, many people have written this. They've said, I am freaked out by my belly button. I can't even touch it. Oh, and by the way, some people get pain or like a tingling sensation. I got videos on that too with a belly button. Whole different topic. But this is the thing. The relevance to your health is this. If you have a severe fear or phobia, you may not be able to clean your belly button properly or maybe avoiding it. And that can negatively impact your health in terms of potentially developing infections for your belly button and other things. This is why I'm ultimately bringing this up because number one, I want you to know if you are freaked out by belly buttons, you're not the only one. Number two, it could potentially negatively impact your health. So what do you do if you have a fear of belly buttons? Well, I think the first thing to sort of remember and to think about is the acknowledgement. Just sort of recognizing, okay, this is an area in my life that is really tough for me. You get points for that, okay? Acknowledgement, I say, is half the battle. The second part of it is really assessing how severe this phobia is. Now, there are some people with a phobia of belly buttons that is so bad, it negatively impacts really, literally many aspects of their life. I would recommend therapy, talking to your doctor, really, because phobias can be really severe. What I would say is if it's not that severe, you're able to sort of function throughout your life or whatever, you might want to experiment with different ways to sort of get gradually accustomed to your belly button, whether it's trying different techniques to clean your belly button, just sort of talking to other people who may feel the same way. There are a number of different ways to approach it. There is no right or wrong. I am by no means an expert in phobias and anxiety. I'm a family doctor, so I talk to people about anxiety, but not necessarily phobias. But understand that this is something that can be overcome. The bigger thing is understanding that, you probably want to pay attention to this if you're not cleaning your belly button because of it. This is where you kind of want to say, okay, what can I do to facilitate cleaning my belly button? Because I've seen a lot of gross belly buttons in my day and age as a family doctor, and it is important to keep them clean. Let me know if this is something you struggle with. I'm really curious. A lot of you guys have already said it, so I know that this is a lot of you. Let me know what you've done to sort of overcome this fear. Take a look at my other videos on how to clean your belly button, or what can happen if you don't clean it, etc. DM me if you can't find those. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, practicing family physician, on-air health expert, and video creator. I do daily videos on lots of stuff, like everything from belly buttons to cancer to diabetes, you name it, to vaginas, everything. On Facebook, please like and follow my page. For those of you who send stars, thank you so much in advance. I so appreciate you. Also, consider joining my subscription groups on Facebook. I also have subscription groups on YouTube where you get private lives and other perks. On YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Click the little bell for updates. Also, guys, go to my website, drjencaudle.com. I have a free health newsletter that goes out every week. Also, other offerings as well. I'd love for you to take a look at it. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you've done. I'm Dr. Jen, guys. I'll see you soon.